Hey, you
we're
brought
in
up a
support.
topic when we
Yeah.
were on the tram. You were talking about hunger.
Yes, the restriction.
Yeah.
So there's some people that I've talked to who are further along in their journey and they feel like the restriction isn't there. Like some
Right.
people feel like they're just so hungry and they can eat almost the same.
Right.
Now, obviously, it's not like how it was prior to surgery, but
Right.
I think people are comparing right after surgery from when they first had solids to where they're full after a couple bites to now they can eat probably half of a bagel, or if they have some pasta, probably eat half the plate. So
Right.
um,
I don't know. Let's put it in perspective.
yeah,
So obviously, right out of surgery, when your stomach is still healing and it's kind of swollen, and physiology, the stomach has to figure out what just happened. So obviously, you're going to feel really, really full.
right.
You take a bite of an egg, and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel so full. And then 6 months later, 8 months later, you're like, oh my gosh, not only can I eat the whole egg, I can eat 2 eggs. Is that too much?
Right.
Well, if you compare that compared to maybe what you were doing in the past, are you eating like a 4-egg omelet? Yeah, highly unlikely. Okay,
Right.
but remember that there are two concepts here. There's restriction and there's hunger, right? That's 2 different things. So here's my metaphor, because I'm all about the metaphors, right? And the analogies.
Right.
So I compare your bariatric surgery to a new pair of shoes.
Okay.
Right? So I'm size 9, everybody. I'm size 9. So when I buy a size 9, it still doesn't feel all that great, right? They're kind of tight. You get a blister, your toes kind of cramped up still. But then as you're wearing them, they don't become a size 10. They're still a size 9. But they're still very comfortable, right? They're not flip-flopping all over my feet. So when you look at bariatric surgery, your tissues, the actual act of eating is a slight dilator. So that's why 6 months, 8 months, you're feeling like, well, I can eat 2 eggs now. Is that normal? Yes, that's normal.
Right.
But are you going to be able to eat a 16-ounce steak? Probably not. That's going to take you all day to eat that. So you do have to keep that restriction part kind of in perspective. If you eat too fast, you are going to eat too much. And that's because, and we mentioned this in another section, right?
Yep.
That, if you eat too fast, your brain hasn't registered fullness. So that's the other thing. You think, oh my God, I stretched everything out. I don't even feel full.
Right.
No, maybe you just went back to your old eating habit and you're taking 10 minutes to scarf something down. So then you're going to be able to eat more, and then you kind of feel sick after that. So that's one thing. Your restriction, you should feel comfortable restriction. I have patients that are 20, 30 years out, still feel restricted. Is it the same as 2 weeks out of surgery? Of course not. It's not supposed to be that way.
Right.
You're supposed to be able to get to a place where you're having, 3 to 5 ounces of protein, some vegetables, some starch. You're supposed to get to that. But are you going to be able to, go to a buffet and get your money's worth out of it? No, definitely not.
Right.
Definitely not.
Right.
Now, hunger, that's a different concept. So hunger is very physiological, right? You get hunger cues from your brain, you get hunger cues from your stomach. So what bariatric surgery will do is it decreases something called ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone in the stomach. But remember, ghrelin is produced in other parts of the body, and you also have serotonin and dopamine, which is in your head. So the bariatric surgeon didn't touch your head. So if you're feeling that you have true physiological hunger, where your stomach is hurting, it's kind of growling, you're getting a little grumpy, most likely it's time to eat. So maybe you should look at your eating schedule. Maybe you went way too long without eating. That's number 1. Number 2, maybe you're not getting enough protein. If you don't have enough protein or fiber, you'll probably feel hungry a lot quicker. The other thing, maybe you're dehydrated. Dehydration and hunger cues, sometimes it's dehydration. The body just doesn't know to tell you it's dehydrated. So it's saying, hey, I'm hungry, go get something. And the other thing too is certain foods inspire hunger, like carbohydrates. So if you're having what we call ultra processed foods, things that are high in sugar, salt, fat, it kind of stimulates that part of the brain that makes you hungry. And that just scared me a little bit because that was a peacock.
We have a peacock right behind the camera, guys. So
if you saw me jump, it was the peacock.
Let me pick my bag up before he tries to eat it.
So that could be true hunger. So those are the reasons. But if it's getting to a place where you're self-sabotaging because of that, definitely talk to your nutritionist, your dietitian, your surgeon, your team, because there might be solutions for that, right? So from a nutrition perspective, what I would be looking at is how much protein are you eating? What is your eating time schedule? Do you have fiber? Remember, vegetables, that's fiber. Fruit, that's fiber. Whole grains, that's fiber.
Right.
And fiber actually slows down digestion to make you feel full longer. So I would be really looking at your diet. And then if that doesn't work, definitely talk to your doctor.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.